And guys, walking around NAU's campus today, it might be difficult to sense at least that this tragedy unfolded just a few hours before. Classes were held as scheduled today. You see students walking around with backpacks on campus. In fact, there's a soccer game set to begin here just outside Lumberjack Stadium. Again, that game going on as scheduled. But certainly everybody knows what happens, and certainly everybody's seen that headline. Shooting on a college campus, another loss of life, and bringing up those ever familiar questions. Why and what can we do to keep this from happening again? There is still an active investigation happening after this confrontation outside the residence halls, the Mountain View Hall just behind me here. Police still trying to figure out what precipitated this. Meantime, we have one dead, 3 others hurt, at least one of them in critical condition. Katie Connor kicks off our team coverage looking at that confrontation which took place in the very early morning hours. Katie?
Steve, I want to kind of put this in perspective for you. Behind me is the Mountain View Residence Hall. Over 100 students live here on campus. You can see the windows are open on the 3rd story. That's what students were hearing around 1:20 this morning when shots were fired right here in this parking lot. We're learning, though, now tonight that the shooter is telling police he had to shoot at the group of students to defend himself. According to a court document, Stephen Jones told police that he was standing in front of the residence hall. A group of male students came up to him, started arguing with them. That turned into a physical fight. He says he was punched in the face, had to run to his car in the parking lot. And according to police, he says he grabbed a .40 caliber handgun and then shot at the students as they continued to approach him. Back out here live, police say that Jones remained here on scene and was taken into custody immediately. He did not fight officers at all. We do know, though, Steve, that 4 students were shot, and one of those has died, Colin Brew from Colorado. The other 3 are at a nearby hospital. We are waiting to get an update on their condition. But talking with students today, especially who heard those gunshots just feet away, absolutely terrifying.
Thanks so much, Katie Connor, reporting from near that residence hall right now. We're learning more about the shooter. In fact, we were there when he made his first court appearance earlier today. 18-year-old Stephen Jones. He's facing charges of first-degree murder and 3 counts of aggravated assault. ABC 15's Justin Pizzero was there in the courtroom as he made that appearance. And Justin, he was visibly shaken, even crying at some point when these charges were read.
He was, Steve. He sat in a chair in handcuffs. A lot of times, like you said, crying. There were times that he would put his head in his hands and slump over crying. And he would really start to disagree with some things the prosecution was saying. He would shake his head, making it very obvious that he was disagreeing with what they were saying, especially when it came to their description of what happened at 1:30 this morning when he opened fire on those students. He shot Colin Brew in the chest and shoulder, killing him. He hit 3 other students. They are here at the Flagstaff Medical Center recovering. Today in court, a victim advocate stood up and read some of the statements from the folks that are here at the hospital, friends and family. This is what she had to say.
He killed my best friend, and I watched him die in front of me. He did this for no reason, and he needs to stay in custody. He killed someone, and he severely hurt our son. He should sit in there and think about what he did. He killed my son. He shouldn't be allowed to go anywhere and needs to stay in custody.
So those statements were used to try to convince the court not to give Stephen any type of bond. The court did end up giving him a $2 million cash bond. Steve?
Thanks so much, Justin Pizzero, reporting. And obviously, we're tracking the conditions of those other 3 students at Flagstaff Medical Center. Again, one of them in critical condition. You can imagine the reaction of parents in this. So many students come to NAU, some come from the Valley, others come from other parts of the country, and many of those parents obviously concerned about their students. There is a parent hotline that's been set up, also a family resource center.